Hello and welcome back to Shokuho as we enter into a very large battle here. We have 700 enemy units and, well, thanks to the policies that we instituted in a previous episode, we actually have a pretty significant force on our hands here. Yeah, we've got some pretty nice people. So what we're going to do... Oh yeah, also, I've decided that I've been missing out, and so I'm going to use one of these really big weapons. Yes, this is one of these Ozutsu things, and I'm going to try to use it to good effect. I have no idea how it works, or, well, okay. Yeah, our people are really good at that, apparently. The question is, am I? Not really. Not particularly. No, not particularly. However, I am able to... Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh, I actually thought I was gonna... Yeah, I thought I was gonna kill that guy. Really easily. He was super weak right there. Very weak positioning, but that's okay. That's okay. We are actually in a pretty decent position here. I can kill this guy, and then we can kill the rest of his friends. Thank you. Yes, kill him. And that is all we need. That is all we need. We just need them to go away very nicely here. I am actually inflicting huge casualties. Wow, actually extremely large amounts of casualties right here. And, yeah, so basically I just stole some ammunition from one of our companions, and I basically gave him my weapon, and I was kind of hoping that I'd do something really cool with this, or yeah, okay. Oh dear. Yeah. Is it one of those situations again? Is it one of those situations where I use a new weapon and I am completely and utterly useless with it? Yes, I think it is, actually. I think it is. So, I am actually going to run away for the moment and just inflict some damage with my two-handed, because I would like to get a little bit of experience. Just, you know, just a small amount, because it's highly unlikely I'm going to be able to... Oh, no. Am I dead? Yes, I think so. I think I will be dying sometime soon. This is when I wish this was slightly RPG fantasy-esque, where, you know, hitting things actually gave you life back. You know, having some life steal would be nice at this point in time, but no. No. We're very realistic here. Thank you. We're very realistic here. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually still alive. I thought I'd be dead very soon after losing my mount. It's not technically my mount anyway, it was someone else's. But, you know, I thought I would be very easily dead in that situation. Oh, hello! Whoa! Okay, that's a lord if ever I saw one. What is he doing here? What is he trying to do? Is he trying to kill me? I have a polearm. I have a polearm, sir. Oh, you... yeah, did you see that? Yeah. He tried to avoid us. And was very successful in doing so. I congratulate him on his, well, on his luck. He should probably go to the casino for that, shouldn't he? He should probably go to the casino and actually have a good old time there with his wonderful luck. Yeah, unfortunately this is not going to do. This weapon is just not going to be very good in this situation here. Just going to have to murder these guys real fast. I'm very surprised I'm still alive, to be honest. Extremely surprised. And you know what? Okay, I'm gonna try to reload here. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Yes, and no. Okay, apparently that didn't do much. No, apparently that didn't do anything. Okay, wait. Here we go. Okay, now you do have to kind of get it angled, and then you could shoot. All right. Apparently it doesn't have any kind of explosion radius or anything like that. Apparently, I'm not entirely sure what it has. I assume it has penetrative value, right? I assume it can penetrate multiple targets, and that's the reason why a few people have been saying to me, hey, you should probably get this thing. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, yeah, okay, well, that sounds fun, you know? I'm always up for a good time in that regard, you know? Good explosions and stuff like that. I always like that. Unfortunately, the weapon does appear to be a bit more precision-focused than maybe I'm good for, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we're going to have a good time with it at some point in the near future. I am going to obviously be inflicting as much damage as possible with my current weapon here, because otherwise we might in fact see ourselves on the losing side very, very soon if I don't do much. Because as we've seen so far in previous battles, it's actually extremely important that we, as the player character, actually do something and actually be somewhat effective with our attacks. Because if we're not, well, bad things are going to happen. And there's the victory for us, and we did end up losing 14 troops, but that is to be expected, of course, considering we were fighting such an incredibly large enemy. And, well, they gave us 100 influence right there. 100 influence, 47 renown. Kind of hoping for more renown, to be honest, but, you know, we're getting pretty unlucky in that regard, I guess. I mean, it's not really unlucky, it's more the fact that I just have not taken the appropriate perks that actually would provide me with a significant amount. You see, that's the main issue there. Anyway, we're going to be leveling up these guys. There we go. Get those fellows up and ready to battle. Thank you. And we can otherwise now just take a couple of these fellows as well. There we go. And then we will move on. And as you can see, we have a much larger army size than we did previously, just purely because we had a policy. We passed a policy that increased our maximum company size, and of course we did gain client tier 5, which is really making a big difference. Now, really weird, because this, look at this gun right here. It does 500 piercing damage, right? It's obviously incredible. Very, very damaging. And then we're obviously using the Ozutsu ammunition as well. And indeed, I was thinking that these would be explosive, but apparently they are not. I'm gonna have to check. Gonna have to check some, should we say, check some marketplaces. If I check some marketplaces, maybe I'm going to have the opportunity to purchase some explosive ammo. Because if we can do that, oh yeah, then we're going to start absolutely blasting people in the face. And it's going to be great. Alright, so we're going to go into another battle here. These guys are 600 strong, and, well, we do have less troops this time around. So hopefully we'll still be okay to achieve victory here. I am going to try my new weapon out. Let's see how it goes. Oh, nice. There we go. Alright, so it does have penetrative values as we thought, and it does seem to be doing a pretty decent job. It is very slow though. That is one thing that I am not that big a fan of. I would love it if it was explosive. I still haven't obviously had the opportunity to go over to any place in particular and actually see whether explosive ammo is available for purchase. I highly doubt it is, to be honest, but who knows? Maybe we'll have the opportunity to find it somewhere. But yeah, as you can see, we've already eliminated 140 of the enemy. Let's try and kill that guy. Thank you very much. Get out of here. You are not allowed to be here, sir. Yes, indeed. He has now been eliminated. And, well, hopefully we'll be able to take take out actually all of them, to be honest. And maybe, indeed, tackle them too. Yes, that would be nice. Unfortunately, I am getting shot here, but that's okay. As long as we continue moving, continue being mobile as much as possible. You can see here, look at what's already Are they already retreating? If they're already retreating, this is going to be actually kind of crazy. Let's move these guys forward here. Let's get these guys over there, get these guys over here. There we are. And hopefully that is going to result in a wonderful retreat. It would be great if they retreated. If they retreated, this would basically give us the victory within like 2 minutes, basically, which would be so extremely nice. Because for me personally, I love those victories where you're able to force the opponent into a morale deficit so dramatically that they just go, yeah, you know what, I'm out of here, you know, and they just go straight away. And that's actually one of the things that I feel is a little bit underrated. Basically being able to push the advantage and make sure that your morale, well, shall we say, the morale damage that you've done is capitalized on. Because, you know, the funny thing is, the enemy, as you can see, look at this, look at that. We forced it. We forced their retreat, basically. And this is literally, look at this. They still have 200 people left on the battlefield, but they do not want to fight because we have pushed their morale so incredibly low. And the only way that they could have restored their morale is by gaining a couple of kills. Now, obviously, this was basically made impossible by our actions because we ourselves were being extremely strict with how we decided to move in that particular battle, because being able to basically make it so that they couldn't get any kills to restore their morale, that pretty much just gave them every single little bit of, you know, refusal that they ever could have seen. And that was it. That was just game over for them instantaneously. Absolutely fantastic. I love doing those things. I kind of wish that there were more mechanics associated with that kind of gameplay. Basically, being able to, you know, push the morale of an enemy so low that they just end up retreating immediately. And that's the reason why those kinds of really, really cool perks, like Terror, for example, you know, as I showed you earlier, Terror is so incredibly fun because look at this, plus 20% battle morale to enemy troops with your two-handed kills. And if it does do what I think it does, then this is just fundamentally so incredibly important to take, because you could force opponents into any kind of, any kind of morale deficit, any kind of retreat action that you want them to go into. Now, unfortunately, the Mori are deciding to declare war on us, but that is not going to stop me. No way, no way. Whoa, alright, look at this. We've got a Mori vassal defeat of enormous proportions right there. I have no idea how many people actually just got taken prisoner by one of our vassals, but what I do know is that our Kiryu clan leader has decided to go into Mori territory. He's traveling to... Okay, he's traveling over here. Okay, that's kind of strange. I'm not entirely sure why he would travel over here now. That's a bit weird. But, yeah, I suppose he's trying to do something nice, but, no offense, but I actually don't think that's a good use of his time. I think that in general, mostly, you know, him doing what he's doing is exactly what we need him to do. He's doing absolutely fantastic things, and I would love for him to continue doing that, so hopefully he will. But yeah, otherwise, let's continue. And now, bear in mind, I do have my new weapon, my new amazingly powerful penetration weapon. And I will see if we can maybe make this work a little bit better for us in the siege itself. I think this is probably going to be extremely powerful if we can make it work in the, shall we say, classic sense of going behind enemy lines, finding a huge mass of enemies, and then just basically firing into the, you know, firing into them, basically. That's pretty much how I'm envisaging it at the moment. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're even going to be able to achieve victory here, because the enemy has so many Yumi militia, and as you can quite clearly tell, they are quite damaging. Thankfully, I do have some good armor on right now, so it is making things a little bit easier for us. There we go, kill them, and now, no, not worth it, not worth it. I was gonna say, let's use our weapon. No, we have to be relatively controlled with this, you know? Have to be relatively controlled. We don't wanna, you know, We don't want to blow any bullets. Yes. Ammunition all over their faces yet. We don't want to do that. Not yet. But we do want to do it at some point soon. And I will be going over here. This might be a mistake, but I am going to do this just because I want to clear the way for our friends. Oh yeah, you know, it's actually so funny as well. I do truly believe that having a shield, or should we say having shields in the gameplay itself, does limit the amount of things that you can do with your weapons. Because I found that playing Shokuho has actually increased the amount of different things that I tend to do. You know, like for example, I'm using thrusting attacks much more often than I would normally. Usually I'm never going to use thrusting attacks just because, well, I'm going to very rarely use them, shall we say. I'm not going to use them never, but I am going to use them very, very rarely in comparison to how I am doing them now. Oh, what is this? What is this? That's not a crash, right? I mean, I'm not seeing a crash right now. There's no like little box that comes up saying, "Oh, there's a crash." Ah. Okay, yeah, apparently it is a crash actually. I don't know. This is kind of weird for me. A new type of crash has occurred. Yes, very good. Alright, so funnily enough, I think I might have found a pretty cool strategy. Not sure if this is really going to work the entirety of the siege, but it does seem very effective at the moment. Basically what it entails is coming over here and basically eliminating every single archer that you can in the tower and over there on that little boardwalk area. And basically, if you do that, it actually forces the opponent into coming out of the other area that is much more heavily solidified and fortified, shall we say. And it basically makes it so that you bait them into coming over here and then you can kill them. Yes, you can kill them without them actually shooting at you or anything like that. Because if you hold here, just inside the gate, they're going to immediately come over. Now, what's really funny is I'm actually not entirely sure. I mean, look at this. They're actually coming outside. They're actually sallying out almost immediately in front of our eyes here, which is very strange. Usually they're not going to do that, but they are doing it now because we have forced them into this scenario, which is hilarious. I have never, ever actually done anything like that before. Not in this mod, at least. And I gotta say, I love that. I actually think that that is extremely cool. Coming up with the ability to do that in the first place, you know, basically that is all thanks to the mod creators being like, ah, yeah, you know what? We're gonna add this little thing here to make the strategy element so much deeper than it would normally be. And look at what we've got going on here. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, here we go. And that is all she wrote right there. Yeah, so to reiterate on that strategy, basically what I did was I came up here, you know, yeah, we're very familiar with this sort of layout right now. So I came up here and I went over this way. I went up the tower here, eliminated those guys, then eliminated these fellas over here. And then as soon as I did that, enemies were starting to reinforce from over in that direction over there, and they had to obviously come all the way over, so they're wasting time. They're not able to shoot at our forces either. It's making a huge difference to our overall ability to pretty much eliminate anything we want to eliminate. And they're also running into us. They're running into us immediately, very, very fast, and I am just having a whale of a time there, because we are just able to hold position inside the gate. And look at that, we got 80 renown for this. 80 renown, 111 influence. Extremely, extremely nice. And also look at how many prisoners we get to convert now as well, which is extremely, extremely perfect. Yes, we like it, we like it. And then we will, of course, just get a couple of extras here. I'm not going to take all the prisoners because, well, there's not really... for me personally, I don't feel like there's that much point. But yeah, what we are going to do, however, is we are going to go into the marketplace. Oh yeah, we're going to go into the marketplace. Do I want to claim this fief? No, I think we are just going to leave that and let it go to the vote. And we'll see who is going to get it. And then otherwise, we'll take a look and see if there's any explosive ammo here. So basically what I'm going to do is every single marketplace that I come across, I am going to be looking for explosive ammo, because I think that's going to be pretty fun. No, as you can see right here, they don't have any explosive ammo. They just have regular ammunition, which is, well, somewhat sad, of course, but, well, this is only the first place that we've checked, and they have 81,000. Wow, that's actually a significant amount. So I think what we're going to do is just going to sell a load of weapons. Technically, I could make some weapons, and actually do pretty well with that, but, you know, I'm just going to sell all this stuff. I think that's fine. And there we go. The Shimazu are actually going to be making peace with us. They're going to be making peace with us very, very soon. They're going to come up with it in a moment. The message will come up very, very quickly here. Or maybe they just need a little bit of a push. No, never mind. They don't need anything. And as you can see, there's the peace agreement. So we will be saying yes to that as well. We actually took a huge amount of them prisoner, by the way. But yeah, as you can see, I have basically struck very strategically here to try and take the towns of the Shimazu as fast as we possibly could. And so that meant taking Uchi and taking Koyama. Now, do bear in mind that in the meantime, one of my vassals actually took Kajiki Castle as well, which is actually super nice. I obviously did not expect them to do that or anything, but yeah, they are doing a very good job. And as you can see, look at this, we got this guy over here. Look at him, look at what he's doing right now. And he is actually venturing into Mori territory, and I am going to be extremely impressed if he actually manages to do something worthwhile. Because I'm always very skeptical, okay? I'm one of those people that's kind of skeptical about whether the AI can actually do anything by themselves. But clearly, our people are doing a great job. They are really, really doing a fantastic job here. Okay, so let's set sail. Can I not? What? Set sail? Okay, that is not working for some reason. What? Oh, I can't do it. Oh no, I don't have enough space. Oh, that's pretty terrible. Okay, wait. Let me have a look here. This one, I guess. There we go. Okay, now we can set sail. Okay, it's because we have too many people now. That's hilarious. Well, Uchi only has 8 gold. What? They only have 8 gold in the marketplace here? Pretty crazy. But yeah, they don't have any explosive ammo either, unfortunately. So yeah, we're going to have to move on from here too. And I will make my way over to Hitoyoshi. Now, obviously, the Shimazu, they are actually pretty close to, well, elimination. We could technically eliminate them quite quickly here if we just declared war on them again, but I don't want to distract our friends. You know, our friends being in Mori territory right now, it is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all to distract them here. Good idea to leave them where they are, and hopefully we're going to see them take some things in the meantime. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.